This video contains content that may be confronting.
Digging through concrete with basic tools and prayers. A desperate search for rooms rumoured to be hidden underneath the main prison. People are excavating below the prison kitchen. Syria's prison system was deliberately opaque. Thousands were arrested on suspicion of opposing the regime or for demonstrating against it. Many were executed and their families not told what happened to them.
If you want to understand the desperation of families, have a look at this room. People have just been digging randomly, breaking up the floor in the hope of finding cells underground. That's how desperate they are to find their relatives, and that's how little they knew about this system.
The actual cells are empty now. The prisoners freed.
You can imagine the terrible conditions crammed into this space with very little natural light or air. And the world knew about Syria's prison system. It was well documented by activists and human rights groups. But now that people outside Syria, not just those who've survived the prisons, are getting a look, you can really see the true face of this horror.
Sednaya's formal title is First Military Prison, the most infamous of the regime's jails. But it was just one of 87 detention facilities used by the Syrian government. Lawyer Amar Abara was briefly detained here. He's returned to find prison records.
I'm collecting evidence. A lot of people have disappeared, and their families knows nothing about their fate. Maybe someone was in Sednaya and he was killed or freed.
So is this one of the cells? Is this what we're looking at?
Yes.
The prison's lower level reveals new horrors, the solitary confinement cells.
Terrible and terrible.
This is where someone was
Yes.
kept.
Yes.
In this tiny space.
In this tiny space, yes.
There's no air, there's no light. The space is very, very small and it's putrid.
Many people did not survive the punishment and torture inflicted in this and other prisons.
Do Syrians know just how many people have died in the prison system?
There is no numbers. There is no numbers. And even names, thousands of people without names.
The search for hidden cells is continuing in the prison grounds.
These men have been told that prisoners were kept underground in this section of the prison grounds. They're digging in the hope of finding the stairs. They think that this might be the spot.
They are all under the sand. We were digging there and we saw a cement platform.
Without prison maps or plans, the crowd is turning to unlikely sources of information.
This device will identify if there are things underneath. We can spot stairs if there are any.
The grounds of Sednaya are filled with families waiting in vain for any news of their relatives.
I hope to see my children, just like I wish all the people here reunite with their children. I hope the regime will suffer like we did.
Some do have reason to hope.
Yesterday I saw on social media my brother getting out, but we don't know where he went to. It's been 8 years.
Others are desperate for any news. Ahmed Samo's only son's been missing inside the prison system since 2013.
He was caught in front of the house. He went to buy a sandwich. I would not let him go out. He used to protest.
Many of these people will never be found. The prison may be closed, but the suffering continues. Eric Tlozek, ABC News, Sednaya.